I just love a little bluegrass in the morning in Robertson County, don't you? That's Ridgetop Ramblers singing our little theme song, One Street Over. Just really enjoying sharing that with you every morning, and it just gives us a chance to kind of get set. We have 3 different cameras we turn on now because we're big time. We're big time. We are worldwide here at 1100 WSGI, and we love it. We want you to be a part of it, and we want you to share this with everybody and let them know that they can know what's happening here in Robertson County. So simply, good morning, Robertson County. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn Laverne, your host on these airways, and once a month we have my friend Danavan Hylton join us. Hello.
Good morning, U-Turn.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Which one of the youngins you got there? He's behind the camera.
This is my eldest.
Yeah,
the
there's
third.
Donovan Jr. Jonathan, the third. The third. That's right. He's standing behind the camera. Hi, darling. How you doing? I love your boys. They're so sweet. They're so beautiful. Just good kids. And, I tried to get you to bring them out in the snow, and you couldn't get out of your road.
Could not.
Oh, so sad, because I had this great snowy yard, and it needed some kids to play on it, and my grandkids were too far away.
Gotcha.
And their parents were working and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, Donovan, bring the boys over, and he goes, if I come out Laverne, I'll never get back home. I was like, okay.
You have to bear with me. I'm, from Southern California, and that's not an excuse, but I'm still learning, and I've been here for a few years, but I don't chance it.
You were like, I'm not getting out in that stuff. So next time we get a snow, I got to come get them. I'm going to have to come get them. I'm going to have to come get my big old Yukon all-wheel drive and come get the boys and say, we're going sledding.
Absolutely.
All right.
You sound like a pro, too. Right. I'll come get them. Let's go and everything.
There you go. All right. Well, so now I know what's needed next time. Now, I mentioned a little bit about why I got to do a little business here about the radio station. I just can't plug this enough. We play the song in the morning because I turn on 3 different cameras. We have my Facebook that we turn on, and that you can see that on Laverne, U-Turn Laverne video. They have the WSGI Facebook page that we play, and then we also put on a YouTube. And so the reason we do all that is because we have a app now. It's the WSGI app. Have you downloaded the app?
I have not.
You need to download the app. It is so easy. WSGI. And you download the app, and what happens is it has a streaming button on there where you can listen anywhere. I was listening up in Michigan when I was in Michigan the other day, and I even took a snap pic of because it came up on the car I had rented. It was WSGI, and I sent it to Ilyu, our president of Ebenezer broadcast, and I was like, look, I'm listening to WSGI up in Michigan. And it was effortless. And so if you have this app, you can listen to great Christian programming all the time. I was listening to Stephen Curtis Chapman a while ago. Oh, my word, I love that man. So, and then you can hear this show when we air it live from 7 to 8, or you can go into the archives. There's a TV button, and you can hit that. That's why we turn on all these cameras. Is you can hit that button, and there's a TV feed that's it's us, you know, so you can go and see this anytime. And so it's all art. It's just so neat and perfect, and we're worldwide now here. And if you can be a part of what we're doing here at Ebenezer Broadcasting, if you want to come on and do something at WSGI, you need to get a hold of ILU. If you've got an idea and you want to build a program, here's a place you can build it from. Maybe you've got a podcast idea. It's faith-based. I mean, this is spiritual stuff here. And while we deal with community things that aren't church-driven in this show, this is our show that keeps us plugged into everything that's going on in our community.
Absolutely.
And we're going to always get some Jesus on you, as I say. I'm just saying. I mean, that's just part of it. But anyway, so we reach out to different people in the community, and we invite them in, and you well know that. I just kind of need to purse this, because some people are just finding us. So if you're just joining us, that's what we're about with One Street Over. But you need to check out WSGI. You need to get the app. You need to say, Alexis, please play WSGI, and just plug into what has been built here in Robertson County, in our little Robertson County. It's just so cool. So we want you to be a part of it. So come up with an idea. You just know, I know there's so many people out there that want to do stuff like this.
Yep.
Do it. Just do it, man. But anyway, with that said, Danavan comes in once a month, and any other time you need to come in, you just call me and we'll bring you in. You know that.
Awesome.
And y'all, you mentioned last month when you were here that we've talked a lot about needing to clean up the community, because before the pandemic, there was we would always take people from the prisons, and they would go out and clean up. That was part of their work detail and such as that. They can't do that right now because of the pandemic. And so the neighborhoods and the roadways are looking pretty rough. And so you had an idea, or somebody had an idea, to do a cleanup day. Tell them what you're talking about today.
Absolutely. So we have, when I say we, the 200-man stand in partnership with the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Bransford Community Center Board of Directors, and a few others, have decided to host a community activity just so we can build a relationship and become more engaged with one another. And that happens to be a community cleanup. And that's going to be this Saturday, March 13th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The cleanup will start at the Bransford Community Center parking lot. And we're just going to sweep through, if you will, the John L. Patterson Street, going down 15th, 16th, 17th, all the way down to 21st. And just, get a chance to connect and have a conversation, and get a chance to clean the community up at the same time.
Yeah, and I really wanted to be there, and I've got something I can't. I'm having a plate removed out of my elbow on Friday, and so I can't come and do it. They moved the surgery. It's just very, very, very minor thing, but they moved it because of the snow, and I'm like, seriously, on the 12th? So please, I want y'all to. This is not and I say that because I want to be involved in the community. I want to do stuff there, and this was just such a great opportunity just to open that door. Absolutely. And so I can't be at this one, but tell me you're going to be doing more stuff like this.
I pray we can do this quarterly.
I think that's a great idea.
And I'll say this with a disclaimer and humbly, just because we're doing the community cleanup does not mean that Bransford neighborhood in any particular way is in shambles or not where it's supposed to be. It's just an activity for community neighbors to come together, build a relationship, but then also a free activity, which is, hey, let's just clean up our neighborhood. So absolutely, that's pretty much all it is. It's no challenges or anything to what is there. The Bransford Community Center Board of Directors are doing a great job, but what better way to get to know your neighbors than to get out there and do some good, healthy work? Well,
and I see the community there, having cookouts and different things like that. And as we warm up and get, more into the warm summer months, and we're going to get there. I'm so excited. It's going to be 70, I think, later today or tomorrow. Nice. So it's like, But so as we get into that and start, working toward that, we need more opportunities. Now, I tell you, I do know there is a ball of rain in the forecast for Saturday.
I see.
So what happens? Have you looked at the forecast?
I did not.
What are y'all? Is there a chance you might have a rain delay and push it to the next week? I mean, Otis is going to be here in a minute, right? He's going to come in. He's more the organizer, right?
Absolutely.
Otis Carter.
Yes.
So tell me, what do you know about him and what he's doing?
So Otis Carter IV, he's been doing community cleanups for at least 2 or 3 years. Right. 5 different states, a number of different cities across the southeast region. And so and it's, again, no other reason but to build a working relationship with the neighborhood and community residents. From my understanding, I want to say through passing, usually it's rain or shine.
Okay.
Traditionally, but
well,
naturally,
there's Otis right there. Why don't we wave him on in here?
That
We can
sounds
talk to
good.
him. So come on in here, Otis. But wave him on in, and we're on. He can just come on in. He don't have to be shy. So he's talking to you. He's talking to Junior out there.
Great relationship.
He's talking to Danavan out there. He's talking to your. You're Junior, so
I'm
he's
Junior.
okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
So, but anyway, hi Otis. Come on in here and sit down here, my
see?
friend.
U-turn Laverne. U-turn Laverne, good friend of mine. Otis
Good
Carter
to
the
meet
fourth.
you, Otis. Nice to meet you, my friend. Let me turn that microphone on for you, and you talk right into that microphone for me. And y'all might need to scoot this way, make sure we get y'all beautiful faces on camera. See, there's the main camera right there. You can see. We want to make sure that you get you properly represented. Now, I was just having this conversation with Danavan when you came in, with Donovan when you came in, that it's supposed to rain Saturday. So what's the call on the weather if y'all have rain for this event? Because it's about an 80% chance of rain right now for Saturday. Will you postpone it to next week, or is it rain or shine?
It's rain or shine.
It's a rain or shine event?
Rain or shine.
Okay. But, well, and that just, you know what? You can pick up the stuff and then the rain will wash it clean.
Right.
Right.
That's
Keep
it.
talking. Let me make sure that mic's working. Go ahead, Otis. That is not working. Let's try this one. Try that.
How about now?
There we go.
Let's
Now we
do
got
it.
it. They changed the number on me. That's fine. That's how we
ready.
just awesome. You're now microphone number 2. So, but anyway, that works just fine. So, what you were saying when you first came in is this is a rain or shine event. So, where and honestly, I love working out in the rain in the warmer weather because it's just refreshing and it just feels great. So just wear your rain gear, come out, we'll pick up the community, pick it up and just let it wash clean.
Let it wash clean.
I love it.
I love it too. Thank you.
So welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Donovan was telling me that you have done this in other areas, not just here, but you're from here?
Yes, man. Actually, I'm from Nashville / with a dual residency.
Okay.
Moss Point, Mississippi,
Nice.
and Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm born and raised in Nashville.
okay.
To a certain point in my life, moved to Mississippi, to
Okay.
the Gulf Coast, and moved back like
Okay.
16, 17 years ago.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I try to do work in both areas.
I got you. Now, so you live in Nashville?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, very good. I was thinking that you were here in Robertson County with us now. You're still up there.
I am now because Danavan is here.
There you go.
So
There you
long
go.
as he's here, I'm here.
There you go. So you're coming and doing whatever you need to do here. That's wonderful. Man, what's happening in our community here is so beautiful.
Oh, it
It is
is.
just so cool. It is so cool. And we're so excited. Now, what gave you the idea to start these cleanups in the communities? I mean, what drove that?
Litter is just one of my pet peeves.
I can't stand it
everybody
either.
has a pet peeve,
Yeah.
and has their calling a cause. And
Yeah.
litter was one of the things that my dad and my grandma, like I used to have to come home and pick up the trash out the ditch.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
might be litter up and down the street, but not in front of my house.
You bet.
So it just kind of carried along with me. It's part of my spirit. So
Yeah.
one of those things I hate to see is heavily littered neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Especially when people I know live there.
You bet.
So
Absolutely.
it's just a thing I do.
Well, I think that's wonderful. How long have you been doing this?
About 2 years consistently. We've been doing it
Yeah.
off and on. I remember one of my big cousins from the neighborhood I grew up in. They did them as a community back when I was a teenager. So
Uh-huh.
I just kind of thought about it in spirit. Shout out to Darius Price. Kind of thought about it, carried along his spirit when I started doing it a couple years ago in our neighborhood in Mississippi, in Moss Point, Mississippi.
I love it. I love it. That's what a neat thing. It's just one of your pet peeves. I
Yeah.
get it though, because it drives me crazy.
And you have to be the change you want to see. So
Yep.
if I don't like litter, like let me pick it up.
Yep.
This was like let me put the work in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do it. Like Nike say, let's just do it. Like it doesn't cost anything. I went and got some trash bags. One of my friends had some pickers.
Yeah.
Made a couple phone calls. It was about 5 of us, the first one, and we picked up about 30 bags of trash.
Seriously?
On down about 7, 8 blocks in one of our neighborhoods. And the rest is history. Like,
love
we
it.
just Get caught steam.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chuck Redman. He kind of carried on the initiative down in Mississippi for us. Just after we got the ball rolling so much, he's like, hey, you don't have to make that drive down. I got it. So
Yeah.
he kind of took it over from that point, and now we're trying to get rolling up in Tennessee a little bit
Well,
more.
we need it because, as I was telling Donovan, we had, used to be that they'd come out of the jail and they'd go pick up, and you'd see the orange vest, and that's who
Yes.
picked up the streets and all that kind of thing. Can't do that because of the pandemic.
Right,
They won't let
right.
them come out and do it. And that's the thing. It's been about a year that we've had consistently going on, and people just don't. We've been so spoiled that they're going to take care of that.
Yes.
Well, no. If they're not taking care of it, that means you got to take care of it. We got to take care of it.
Right.
And I appreciate so much. My husband and I had to get out. We live out in the, in the hollow down in the field, but we had, somebody dump some trash on us. And I mean,
Yes.
I'm not going to sit there, I wish somebody picked this up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and pick up the stupid beer cans myself and throw them away.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Illegal dumping, especially
Yeah,
when you
it's
have
terrible.
rural property,
Yeah.
rural areas. That's another big thing. That's probably worse than the everyday litter habit. Like just
Yep.
going to someone's property, dumping tires, mattresses, bags of trash. I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. And I
can
don't,
understand.
who raised these people
Oh,
that
that's
do that?
crazy.
Don't you just wonder
That's
who raised
crazy.
these
Like,
people?
How do you
So
even get the mindset that, you know what, I'm just going to go to some random person's property and just dump all my trash on these people's property?
do you hear what he said?
That's
You hear what he
crazy.
said?
That's a
And
level
then-
of insanity.
And there's because I work at a benevolent center up
Okay.
in Nashville, okay? And we take in all kinds of donations, clothing, food. We have taken furniture from time to time, but we have to know where it's going to go because we don't have anywhere to store it. People will just dump stuff at our doorstep.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are, trying to take and work with the community, and we come in, there's just junk just laying on our porch, and it's like, don't do that. And people try to tell themselves, well, I thought you might could get some use out of it. Well, if somebody doesn't have a couch, that's better than no couch at all. No, it's not if it's ratty and full of nasty bugs. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't throw your trash and go, well, it's better than nothing. No, it's not. If it's
Right.
nasty, go
Right.
throw it in the dump.
Yes, throw it in the dump.
But
Yes.
anyway, I just love that y'all doing this.
Nah, thank you.
And I can't be there Saturday, and I'm so sad. I'm just so sad. I was trying so hard to be there, but
You're doing your part now.
Well, I want to be at the next one. I mean, this is not something that's going to happen just once and done.
No, definitely.
Okay.
When we do something, we try to do it in places to where we can be consistent.
Yeah.
We don't want to be in and out of an area, so that's why Donovan being here as a resident, member of the chamber, just very active in the Robertson County community, makes it that much easier for us to come into this community and be consistent.
I love it. I love it, guys. I just love
Yeah.
this idea. I just love that y'all are in here and we're talking. And so tell them again, if you're just joining us, we got a cleanup day happening starting at Bransford, and just tell them if they want. And this is rain or shine. So I mean, I forget what the temperature is going to be, but it's going to be pleasant this
Yes.
weekend. So I love working out in the rain when it's nice and warm. Put your rain gear on and let's let this just kind of wash the streets clean. But let's get this done. Tell them again all the parameters of it, so if they're just joining us, so they know how they can participate.
Donovan, I'll let you handle it.
You got the list. Go.
So Saturday, March 13th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we're going to meet at the Bransford Community Center parking lot.
Okay.
I believe that's 1519 John L. Patterson Street, I believe.
I'll take your word for
Yep.
it. Everybody knows where it is.
Exactly.
It's like, what's the address? I don't know.
Rain or shine, we will be there. We're going to start at in the parking lot, but we're going to sweep and brush down John L. Patterson and hit at least 15th Avenue all the way down to 21st.
Okay.
We want to pick up as much trash as we can, as well as build as much working relationships with our neighbors.
Yep.
Yes.
Those are the biggest things. And again, we do want to shout out the 200-man stand for putting this event together. I would love for Otis to talk more about that.
Yeah, I want to hear.
200-man stand. We do want to shout out Team USA Kickboxing.
Yes.
But forgive me, first of all, the local partners. We want to shout out the Bransford Community Center Board of Directors that oversees the Bransford neighborhood for supporting and helping to participate. We want to also thank the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce for getting out there to participate, even going as far as bringing on Keeping Tennessee Beautiful,
Beautiful, yes.
which is a nonprofit based at the University of Memphis.
Oh,
and
wow.
they're actually, shout out to Miss Jordan Osborne, president of the chamber. She reached out to Keeping Tennessee Beautiful. They're actually donating, or the supplies are already at the chamber's office.
Right.
And they're actually coming down from Memphis to help participate in the cleanup as
That
well.
is wonderful.
And we have a lot of other individuals that are helping. Want to shout out Jarvis Turnley. He's been, and first of all, shout out to Jarvis Turnley for joining us last month. He's been excited and ready to connect with you and rock and roll and move
Bring him
forward.
back in.
Definitely. And he's connected us with all the local media as well. So at this point, just come down ready to work. and meet some new friends. And
Right.
let's continue to do this, like Otis said, on a consistent basis as much as we can.
I love it. I love it.
Definitely.
Can you add anything to that?
Look, I just wanted to say it's going to be a good turnout. And I noticed one thing, too. We've had bad weather reports before, but when
Yeah.
you're doing God's work, it always happens.
That's right.
It always turns out to be beautiful. So come on out, Bransford, to
Yeah.
the Bransford Community Center. Let's get it going.
That's just it. The 80% chance of rain that we have on Saturday, well, then that 20% of sunshine's going to hit between 11 and 1.
Exactly.
We just stand in agreement on that, right?
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. So, I mean, this, but anyway, let me pause here and let's take a break. And we're visiting with Danavan Hylton and Otis Carter, my new friend Otis Carter. I'm just so glad to meet you. And Danavan has been coming in here for a while and just really just enjoying the time that we get to spend together. But I do need to pause for a minute and talk to you about my friends over at Rifleman Buick GMC, one of the largest GMC Buick inventories in Tennessee, as you know. They are just, I just love their story, and I can't say it enough, but when they were looking for an opportunity to buy a dealership, they scoured the country, and they picked Robertson County to build their business. They saw what we had going on here. They saw there was a good, thriving business, and they're like, that's where we want to go. I love it when a business picks us. I just think that's cool, and I think that just speaks to who they are and what they want to do here in our community. Go by, if you haven't met Todd, if you haven't met Courtney, go by and say hello. And if you've not ever driven some of these beautiful vehicles on the GMC or Buick lot, get out there and just test drive something. Everybody knows my favorite's the Yukon. I've been about 10 years now. I've been a Yukon driver, and I love them. I love them. I love them. I'm a pre-owned person. I like to get all the bells and whistles. I can't really afford the real fancy stuff, but I can when it's a pre-owned, and that's how I like to buy. Well, they get certified pre-owned vehicles that come in that go through a multi-point inspection to make sure that it's exactly what you need. A lot of times they get pre-owned vehicles that come in low miles that still have factory warranty on them. So go and check out the pre-owned lot if you're like me, and if you just really want that new vehicle, if you've got, okay, I want it this color, I want this interior, come and see what they've got on the new lot. But while you're there, just go, if you haven't found exactly what you want and you want it new, you want it brand new, Todd says just order it. He goes, and then when it gets here, it's yours. And with all that's been going on with the pandemic, the plants have been kind of weird, and so it's not back to full function yet. He goes, that way you're going to get what you want, and it won't take that long. So go and talk to them. Maybe put an order in for exactly what you want from Buick or GMC. Maybe you want one of them Sierras with that 6-function multi-pro tailgate that's like a Swiss Army knife of tailgates. I can't say enough about that because every guy I talk to seems like, man, I'd love to have that truck just for the tailgate because it's so cool. And they have got the Acadia, the Canyon, Yukons, the Terrains, Envision, the Encore, Enclave, everything that you want from the new lot from GMC and Buick. They can hook you up. And again, great selections on pre-owned and certified pre-owned. They've got leasing and financing options. You can even fill out an application online to get started at RiceLemanBuickGMC.com. Great service department as well that's open even on Saturday. They have some Saturday service hours. The dealership is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Saturday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. But the service department is open until noon on Saturday. Give them a call if you need more details. They're at 2516 Memorial Boulevard. You know where they're located. And the number is 615-384-3559. Get over there today and be sure always and tell them that U-Turn sent you. And back to the show with me, I've got my good friends Danavan Hylton and Otis Carter. They're here because we're doing a big cleanup over here in the Bransford area. And, at Bransford. And it's going to start at Bransford on Saturday. I'm sorry, I'm getting my words backwards. Saturday at 11, it's going to go 11 until 1 that they're going to have this. And we just want you to come out and be a part of it and get to know the community. If you're, when we're trying to find ways to build bridges and just get to know our neighbors. And I love the song that we use for this show, One Street Over. What's going on 1 street over from where you are? Yeah. I live 5 minutes from Bransford.
Yep.
What's going on over there? I don't have a clue. I need to know.
Absolutely.
I need to know. And I've done things over in the community before, but I need things to be consistent and to be there and to be a part of it. And the only way you start those relationships is to start those relationships.
You got an initiative.
Yeah. Forget the past. Let's just start. Let's just make it, let's change it today.
Yeah.
And move forward.
Being
right?
intentional.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
And I just
like
love
the
it.
energy coming from the neighborhoods, from the city, from Robertson County in general.
Yeah.
About bridging gaps and
Yeah.
mending fences and just making let's
Yep.
moving forward together, making for
Yep.
a better community. So I
Absolutely.
like the whole energy, man. It's beautiful.
Isn't it though?
It really
I
is.
love it. I love it. And y'all are beautiful. I just love your smiles and your spirit. You can just kind of see it just throughout, just your host, you're just embodying it. I just love it.
I'm very fortunate, I say humbly, to connect with men that are leaders by example.
Yeah.
Otis Carter, he's if you don't mind me saying, first of all, he's a family man. Just celebrated his 10-year wedding anniversary with his wife.
Congratulations.
Thank
They
you,
just came
thank
back
you.
from their trip. Beautiful family. If you don't mind me saying, skilled barber as well.
You're a barber.
Yeah, that kind of what started being being a pillar of the community. My community efforts came from being a barber. To be honest, outside of the experience I had or the examples I had early in life with people in my neighborhood, my family, being a barber kind of was the segue because it allowed me to do stuff behind the scenes for individuals, as far as just free haircuts or just advice or just loaning someone a few dollars that they don't know that, hey man, it's just one of those type situations that kind of just, let me do more. And I just kept on doing more and more and more until it was a thing. So
that is so cool. That is so cool. Now I interrupted you because you said barber and I'm like, So what else were you going to say about this young man?
No, absolutely. He's also an entrepreneur. He runs a very influential entertainment business in the Southeast region. I met Otis Carter 2 years ago. My wife and I would go to his comedy shows, Wisecrack Comedies, great family fun comedians that he hosts in different venues throughout the greater Nashville area. He also has music artist development as well as a service. He travels the Southeast region of the U.S., making music, producing music, hosting these different entertainment activities to include comedy shows. And I really had a chance to really get to, outside of the enjoyment as a fan going to his events, we had a chance to connect this past December for Christmas. He hosted a toy drive for a public housing site in Nashville. And so to see the respect that, this was just me getting a chance to really get to know him. He's always giving back. For me to actually get a chance to see his mindset behind the scene and his focus of giving back and all the community residents and leaders that he's connected to, both in the community and business and civic relations. I just grew in more respect for him. And I will say Otis is a member of what we call Team USA Nashville, which helped Team USA Kickboxing 2 weeks ago host the largest kickboxing competition in state of Tennessee history and Nashville history, which was the Team USA Kickboxing National Championships that were held in Metro Center, Millennium Maxwell Hotel, where we had 236 fighters from 29 states, all competing to get on the Team USA Kickboxing national roster. And so this man is as professional as they get, and more importantly, he's a family man and looking to take care of his community. So just all the things that you're saying and the energy, those are the type of people that I try my best to surround myself with. And I know they do all they can to surround themselves with the same like-minded individuals.
And I just got to say, while you're sitting here just telling me all about him, you're so humble because you can just see it kind of embarrasses you. And that's just so sweet. And that's just, you don't see that in people. And that is just so genuine. But I wanted to say something. I thought, no, I'm going to let Danavan just finish. But the humble heart that you had, where you can just see you're just almost embarrassed while he's telling what all you do. But oh my goodness, what all you're doing! That is so cool, Otis.
I'm tell you why
I love it.
I felt like that because I couldn't wait to tell like he said a lot of stuff I do, but I don't do it by myself.
God bless you.
So I was just
God bless you.
Anxious to tell about the people that helped me do that stuff.
Well, then tell. Tell. You got the floor, my friend.
The 200-man stand.
Okay.
We're a vanguard for peace, love, and brotherhood. I started that with my friend and my brother, Hambino Godbody, who's very active in Nashville as a leader, teacher, community organizer, bringer of peace, light, wisdom to his community. And as far as entertainment, we got a lot of help with that too. But as far as entertainment side, I have business partners, Leo Sweat, Carl Burrell, Chris Rohn, that help this thing flow smoothly. And those guys are very heavily involved in the 200-man stand as well, because it takes a lot of moving pieces to keep these things going, especially when we operate in different cities and different states. We've been fortunate enough to move around, host events in Kingsport, Tennessee, Johnson City, Moss Point, Mississippi. We're moving to Biloxi, Mississippi very soon. Or in a couple months, we're doing a cleanup. We have one scheduled April the 12th in Memphis. So we just been. It takes a lot of moving parts. Donavan has now become part of those moving pieces.
You found a good one here.
Right.
I just love this guy. I just love him and his family.
We found a way to connect, and he's being more involved in the 200-man stand piece of what we have going on. Even when he was just supporting us by bringing coats to the coat drive, toys to the toy drive, he doesn't know how intricate, how important those moves were, and just spreading awareness to those events that we do too. Just like you, even though you can't make it, this platform that you're allowing us to talk on is just so valuable, because without awareness, we don't have anything.
Right.
You know, even though you're not there physically, you're allowing us to touch thousands and thousands of people. So I appreciate that.
Anytime. And I just love what y'all are doing. And I'm just so intrigued by all that he told me about you, because I'm like, are you a comedian? Or do you know? I mean, I just there's so many pieces of, because I was sitting here thinking, okay, we're going to talk about the pickup. Now, what else are we going to talk about? And then he told me about you. And I'm like, well, we're going to talk about Otis. Because he's doing a lot of different stuff. Yep. So that's I love the concept. I'm number one. I'd like to hear a little bit more about what the 200 band march is. Okay. But I love comedians. I really do. I love people who can make me laugh. Can you make me laugh?
Not really. I can. I'm good at picking the people that can. Okay. I'm good at picking the people that can.
I love it. Well, that's very good. I love that. You've got that talent to be able to say, you're funny. You're okay. God has another purpose for you. God has another purpose for you. And I love that he said that it's family friendly. And that's one of the hardest things to find, is entertainment that you can take your children to and that is okay for your kids. And so that's something you stand for.
Yeah, I'm a father and a husband first before I'm anything else. And even though we do offer adult-based entertainment, we try to keep consistent fun and activities for kids.
Right.
And I would be doing my son a disservice this morning if I didn't say that the Saturday after we're in Robertson County, my son and Hambino's son are having a shoe drive in North Nashville. That was completely 100% their idea, because they always see us active and us participating in things. And they were just coming up with their own idea and their way to help. And they were like, I want to do a drive. My son like, I want to do a drive with 12. And that's Hambino's son's name.
He's 12?
No, he's 8. But 12 is Hambino's son's name. His name is 12 Eli.
I love it.
So
that's cool.
So he's like, I want to do a shoe drive and want to do it with 12. So we talked, and COVID shut us down last year. It's been in the works for a year. Yeah. So we finally have been able to do that. So just...
Okay, so tell me when the kids' shoe drive is again.
It's the 13th.
Okay, so it's Saturday as well.
It's Sunday. I'm sorry, the 14th.
No, the 14th. So it's Sunday. And where do they bring stuff if they want to participate in that?
City. I don't know the exact address by heart.
Maybe Donovan can get it to me and I can talk about it tomorrow, because I've got a lot of friends up in Nashville too.
And we need
absolutely
shoes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just there's so much need in the community and working. I mean, you and I got to hook up in Nashville. I'm at the Madison Church of Christ. I work in the Benevolence Center there. I work for the church.
Okay.
And so I'm the assistant to the Benevolence Minister, and then I help with the missions committee and stuff. So that kind of gives me an open door to do just anything that is missional,
need it.
And I mean, that's the thing. And if you're in North Nashville, you're not too far from us.
Oh yeah, we can. I can come.
I'm Gallatin, Old Hickory Boulevard.
I know exactly where you are.
Okay, that's where we are. You got to come see us.
I come see you.
We're going to definitely get together on that for sure, because we got a lot of things that are going to entertain. We're getting ready to start. I'm having a meeting with the elders tonight. We're planning on hopefully getting a CR started, Celebrate Recovery at Madison Church of Christ. So just like they're doing up at Epiphany and at Springfield Baptist, and it's just a community thing where your hurts, habits, and hang-ups, you bring them in. Wow. And and it's a cool program I didn't know anything about until I met Matt Driscoll, and so I just love how we find out you're doing that's cool, I'm doing this, how can we connect them?
Yes.
You know, and so people, I would love to be able to work right here in Robertson County and not have to commute, but I really feel my heart. I've always worked in Nashville my entire career, and so I just don't see God pulling me out of that for a while, and maybe not ever, because that's where my family is, my church family, and I just don't see God moving me from that. But we can connect Robertson County to Davidson County because we're all part of the same community.
Yeah, we are.
You know, I just love this. This is so cool. This is so cool. Donovan's always making notes. He's like, okay, he's always he's the idea man. He's always making those notes. You got something you want to say?
I was when I'm a big researcher, and one thing I noticed about Robertson County was outside of Davidson County, it has the largest population of black residents. Even I'm talking about even cities and counties that you like Columbia and Clarksville that you think would be kind of mirroring the percentages of Nashville as far as the Hispanic, white, black community. And Robertson County mimics Davidson County as far as the makeup across the board, the diversity.
Wow.
It's the most diverse county.
Yeah, go right into the mic.
Springfield specifically.
Especially
Springfield specifically.
Yeah.
It's the most diverse city outside of Nashville within the 40-mile radius.
Wow.
Outside of Nashville. So the
I
urge to bridge this gap, the urge to kind of get into this community and do great things is like it's genuine.
That's very cool.
It's genuine.
That's an interesting point because I mean, and I having worked so much in Nashville, I would agree with you. Now, like I don't have the stats in front of me to say yes, but just from a personal observation, I get that. I think you're right.
It is.
I think you're right. That's wild. That is wild. I got to pause and do another commercial, guys. That's what pays for we're doing what we're doing here. So we're going to take a minute. But I'm talking to my friend Danavan Hylton and my new friend Otis Carter that I am so excited about what God's going to open up and we're going to just do and get to know each other. Not just here in Robertson County, but, you know, up in Davidson too. I mean, that's one thing about this show now. It spans. We're Robertson County focused with what we do between 7 and 8 a.m. because we're here to serve the public interest and in keeping with our licensing for the FCC and things like that. So that's what we intentionally do during this hour. But we talk about things that matter to Robertson County, but if they matter to Robertson County, they matter to the counties that connect us. And I mean, Davidson is a part of that. If you don't think that we are affected by our surrounding counties, you're just not paying attention. But anyway, let's stop for a minute, and I want to talk about let's talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team while we're talking about counties and property and different places and things like that. Because Barry and Rebecca, they specialize in Robertson County, but they buy and sell in the surrounding counties as well, and even across the state line in Kentucky, because we're right here on top of the state line, and they can help you no matter what your needs are. They're the whole package. Rebecca's been at this a long time. They've been up in Cross Plains for over 20 years. She's one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. Well, Barry's been a marketer. He had a marketing career. And so he's always been there to help Rebecca with her realty interest and things that she was doing in the real estate business. But then he went full time with her a few years ago. And so now you not only have an experienced realtor, you have an experienced marketer. And you have that team together with Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team to work with you whether you're a buyer or seller. If you're looking to buy property up in Robertson County right now, the first thing they'll tell you to do, get pre-qualified, because you don't really know what you can what you can buy until you see how the numbers line up. And you don't start looking until you get pre-qualified because you'll get your heart broke. That's what they say. And they can point you in the right direction to get that done. Also, if you're a seller, and you may have the best piece of property in the world and everybody wants it, but bottom line is if somebody's got to get a loan to buy that property, it has got to appraise for what they can get the loan for, or it's not going to sell. Now, you may have a piece of property. We heard a story about this not too long ago where somebody, they got their loan and then they had somebody that wanted to pay, ever how much, $10,000 over what the appraised value was. And they kind of got into a bidding war on this property because it was a piece of property people wanted. That could happen. It don't usually happen. People have to buy property with loans. So you got to work within those parameters. You got to have somebody there that understands it. Barry and Rebecca, they do. Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. the whole package. They'll make sure you get the most eyes on your property as a Zillow certified photographer, licensed and insured drone pilot, does the 360-degree virtual reality home tour. You'll be on Realtor.com, the whole deal. Barry and Rebecca Richards, they're with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Go to sellwithbecky.com, or check them out and check out their listings at BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Tell them U-Turn sent you, and thank them for sponsoring One Street Over. All right, if you've just joined us, we've got Danavan Hylton in here, and he is here once a month and always brings us kiddos. He's got young Danavan out there doing his little video. I say we've got cameras on everywhere.
Yep.
You've got one too.
Sure do.
You tell them how to find your Facebook. Are you taping it too? Are you doing it too?
I just set it up.
You're so funny. We got like 5 cameras going on in here, guys. Don't you just love technology? Isn't it crazy?
This is the beginning, I want to say.
Oh, it's nuts. Well, and I just, from the spiritual aspect of it, I just love that. While the devil tried to shut us down and shut down our churches and all that, what he did is he opened the door for all these little churches to go, we can go online. Yep. And while we've got to get back together and we've got to get in community and we've got to be with each other, there's been something opened up that exposing what we're doing in the faith community to people in a whole new way. And through everything that we do, and so it's just kind of cool that God, the old devil will try to do something for evil, and we'll take it. God will take it for good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
And 2 points.
Yeah,
one,
go ahead.
Just in regards to going online and just having to find alternate routes, something maybe we could talk to Otis about as well. In the future, I do feel that diverse communities will have to be open and more aware and engaged in available jobs that deal with IT or digital or things of that nature, as employers are now having to find, especially essential businesses are now having to find different ways to communicate with their customer base or with their staff. And so they're using situations online and different avenues more and more to where technology will become a part, at this pace, assuming to essential businesses where those type of machine operators and things of that nature, people have to become more aware of. I know that's a huge change.
Yeah.
I would like to get Otis Carter's thought on that, or maybe this could be a conversation for the next show. But also, before we went on break, you also mentioned just affecting neighboring counties, how Nashville and Davidson and Robertson are all together. And I just wanted to piggyback off of the Robertson County Chambers of Commerce. Their slogan is "Minutes from Nashville, miles from ordinary." So they are aware as well that Nashville is so close, and so that's why when you brought me on the show, I wanted to not only speak on what's happening in Springfield and Robertson County, but at the same time, things that are happening in this area also are coming from our surrounding counties and Nashville. So that's why I'm so thankful for you allowing me to bring on Otis, because it does pertain to what's going on here.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just wanted to make sure I threw those out.
So anything you want to add to what he said there?
Oh, no, he said it beautifully.
So, well, and then what he was talking about, how that we need to be training people with technology. Yeah. We need to open up those doors. And that's something Dr. Chris Causey, our director of schools, was in here yesterday, and so many things that they're using that are innovative here in our educational community. And the vision that he has is really big and beautiful to just really make sure that people have access to the training that they need for what's next.
Absolutely.
And that comes from exposure too.
Yeah.
Because my wife is IT analyst. She works at Caterpillar Financial. I know.
Wow. Yeah.
Melvin Miller is a good friend of mine. He's an IT genius. Carl Burrell is my business partner that I mentioned earlier. He's on the IT side of things for us. All these are black men and women that, just exposure, just them having that the wherewithal to major and learn these things years and years ago. The need is even more now, and we just need to know that those jobs are available.
Absolutely.
Awareness and is so much. It's so key because if you don't, my dad always say, if you don't know too much, you can't do too much. If all you see is athletes and musicians, all you're gonna want to be is an athlete or a musician.
Right.
If you know that the IT person or the technology person is right next door to you, or is your church member, or is your neighbor, or is your cousin, then you know it's a possibility.
Amen. Well said. Yeah. That was beautifully said. I love that. I love that. And I tell you, we don't want to let the show get away without plugging your barbershop. Talk to me about where do you work? Where do you work out of?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I stopped cutting in the barbershop 3 years ago to pursue entertainment and community full time.
Okay.
So now you got to book me private. It's gonna cost you a lot of money too. I gotta say that part too.
Good for you.
Because I'm busy, but I still love cutting. So mostly I just cut my friends and my close friends and associates and just stay in the mix that way.
But you can be booked.
But I can be booked now.
I love you. This is awesome. This is awesome. You're awesome. I just love this. And I bet you would probably be. I heard there's a church up in Cookeville that I have just kind of fallen in love with because I've been listening to them online. My kids found them and they have got these. They're working. It's Life Church up there, and they have just put together these buses. One's a medical bus and one's a haircut bus.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is good.
I like that.
I love that.
Isn't that cool?
I love that.
I want to get one of those.
Like, go ahead.
Would you help me with that if I get one of those going?
I definitely will. We'll start an Uber business for haircut trucks.
Well, it's actually to go into the communities that we're in. It's a benevolence thing.
Okay.
Oh, it's a benevolence thing.
Oh, we do that too. No. That's what I do.
Yeah. That's a benevolence thing. When my
partner had been no guy about it, we go into his neighborhood.
Yeah.
Cumberland View, aka Dye City.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
It was formerly one of the more violent communities, but every in a year, violence has been gone for a year.
Wow.
Since Gideon's Army and the Violence Interrupters have stepped into their community full time, have been no guy about it, has been in boots on the ground in his community full time. There have been 0 incidents of violence in their community in a year, a little bit over a year now.
That's amazing.
So we have to shout that out, right?
Well, and okay, so tell me about them. Tell me about them. Can you tell?
I start with the 200-man stand first. Our organization that we built with Hambino Godbody asked me to start with him.
Okay.
We started to be a vanguard of peace, love, and brotherhood, and really just bring resources to our people, to our community, to people that look like me, people that look like you, but might be in the neighborhood that I'm in, or a neighborhood that I grew up in. So, what we try to do is we got somebody that we trust, not the average financial literacy guy, but the financial literacy guy that we trust.
Right.
We bring them to the table. The employers that we know that hire felons, or the employers that we know that are not going to exploit our workers, the pool of workers that we bring to them. We get those people and bring them to the table, and we bring our people to them.
Yeah.
So that's how the 200-man started, as a resource.
Right.
As a hub of resources, bringing peace, love, and brotherhood to our community. And COVID shut us down. We've had multiple events. That's how we went to Johnson City and pulled a couple hundred people for Juneteenth. We went to Kingsport, did the same thing, brought the drug awareness program, the employment program, financial literacy portion, and we did it right in the quote-unquote, what they say, the worst neighborhood in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Right.
So we try to tackle our problems and try to be a vanguard of help to the stuff we can control with the people we know that do God's work, do the work, and we can bring them to the table.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you guys are doing. It's just so big. I've got one more commercial we got to do, and we're just almost about 10 minutes out. I just want you guys to really think about the things that we haven't touched on. I mean, my goodness, I think there's so many things that we could talk more about the work that you're doing. But in the time that we have remaining, just think about what we need to cover before we wrap it up. But I do need to talk about my last sponsor, and this is Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts Nursery and Gardening Center. You know how much I love Miss Amy. She just is giddy because when the sun is shining and the temperatures are warm, she gets to put on her shorts and take off her jacket and just bask in the sunshine and the warmth of the day, and that is her happy place. She does not like the cold winter months, as she will tell you if you've been around her at all this winter. She is ready for spring, ready for it to just bust open. Oh, and it is busting open in the greenhouses. They've got things ready for you to come and pick up and take home, and you don't really want to put those tender plants in your garden yet. I know it's tempting, but you got to be careful. We could have hard freezes all the way through mid-April and on into late April sometimes. Last couple of years, man, we've had some hard freezes late in April, so you got to be careful. You got to be ready to cover stuff. But she can advise you on what's the best practices for your garden and what you want to put in the garden and what will grow here and what will grow there. You'll have places in your yard where I've put this there and nothing grows. Well, go and talk to Amy about it, and she can recommend something maybe that'll fit that spot just perfect, and maybe you're just doing absolutely the wrong thing. She can get you on track with that. She knows that stuff, and she loves it. Now, they are also your CBD source. I have discovered CBD, and what a change it has been in my life, because I have arthritis really bad, and it has been a game changer for me. I've been using it for about a year. When I miss it, I was traveling, and I forgot to take it a couple of days. I knew it immediately. My doctor recommended it. I was stunned. I was like, really? That snake oil? And he's like, yeah, it's natural. It's good stuff. And so when I started wanting to know more about it, I didn't want to just talk to anybody, because it seems like everybody's in authority on it. And when everybody's in authority on something, they're not. And I thought it was a network marketing thing. And so then when I found out that it's grown right here in Robertson County, that Bill, Amy's brothers grow the plants, that's what's processed into the oil that they sell right there in their store. It is a Robertson County product. It is as close to the source as you can get, guys. It's good stuff. Go and talk to them about that if you have questions. They have some ointments and all kinds of other ways to deliver CBD into your system to see if it will benefit you. It has me. And a whole lot of my friends are singing the same praises to it. So go and see them. Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts Nursery and Gardening Center, open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, Sunday 1 to 4. They'll be extending those hours as it warms up, so just get ready. You can call them at 615-384-3185. If you get out there and you don't see them around, there's a number posted where you can call them. They may be up the hill in one of the other greenhouses or barns, but they're around, and they want you to come and see them and get ready for summertime, because it is coming. Corbin Creek, our friends and sponsors here at One Street Over. And my new friend, Otis Carter from Nashville, but going to be part of our big cleanup that's happening over in the Bransford community on Saturday. And Danavan Hylton, very, very well. He's one of our regulars here on One Street Over. So what are we missing, guys? Y'all got it. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, what you got?
I just want to give some shout outs, because in the time, people, we lose people fast.
You bet.
And 2020 kind of taught us, we had years that we kind of lost people, but 2020 let us know that we have to, do our due diligence and be intentional who we love and who we show love to. Mm-hmm. So with you extending this platform to me to talk about the 200-man stand and engagements we had in the community and the business ventures I've been a part of, I'll be doing a disservice if I didn't shout out, like I said, Darius Price, one of my mentors growing up, that really gave me the idea about cleaning the community,
right?
About showing the community love the right way by getting boots on the ground. Chuck Redmond, by taking over the efforts in the city that I love so much in Moss Point, Mississippi.
Right.
Hambino God body for starting this 200-man stand, allowing me to partner with him, and we taking things to another level. Leo Sweat, Carl Burrell, Chris Rohn, Triple Play Squeak, Sky Ferrara, our financial literacy guy. It's so many people a part of this journey. Robert Savage, Danavan. It's just people that you just have to shout out and show love to, because it's no this if it isn't them.
That's right.
It's no such thing as a community cleanup or a 200-man stand. Those people are not in my life. Yeah. So I just want to use this platform to at least show them a little love before we move on with other discussions.
Well, and you're just kind of circling back to the fact whenever Danavan was just telling all that you did and how humble you were, just sitting there just almost embarrassed by it, and the main thing you said is you said there's just so many other people. It ain't just me, man. It ain't just me.
It ain't just me. I take on a lot of the efforts and show a lot of the initiative a lot of times just because it's just my calling. Right. So I might start the process. Yeah. But without the people that I named or the people that's with me, the process couldn't be fulfilled. You bet. So, that's part of it. I'm talking about even just my wife for allowing me to be free and to travel, and be accessible in different states at the drop of a dime. Yeah. All the time for free. Yeah. I don't get paid to go to these different cities to clean up and stuff, so I'm not getting paid. I'm using resources, money from my household or whatnot, or donations, and going into these communities to do work. So I had to shout my wife out.
Yeah, it's like you had
First
to put
of all,
gas in the car to come from Nashville to here this morning.
In her car.
And you had to
And I drove her car.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, dog, I need some gas. I don't feel like, she's like, you don't have to go to the gas station this morning. You can just use my car. So just saving me 10 minutes from stopping to get gas.
Yeah.
Like, it just like small stuff like this. So I think I appreciate it for everybody.
What's your wife's name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. Sounds like a sweetheart.
Definitely.
And you mentioned family. You mentioned your son. You have how many kids?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah, Otis Carter the 5th.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is awesome. Oh, you guys are beautiful. I just having so much fun talking to you guys. And what are we missing, Donovan? I know Donovan's got a list here.
Just in regards to this community cleanup, just individuals that have been just huge in helping. Just here in Robertson County, Springfield, I do want to shout out Jarvis Turnley. He's done an excellent job of getting the word out to the immediate neighbors. We want to shout out Alder member Lisa Arnold. She has been huge and just helping us to make sure that we have a package presentation of what we're doing. President Jordan Osborne from the Robertson County Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
Pastor Robert Gardner. He's been essential.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be here today. We love you,
yes.
Pastor, and we want to get you back in here. I got to get him in here on a Faith Friday because he's all retired now, so we got to get him. He's a man of leisure.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
He stays busy.
He's still working behind the scene and doing a lot, and he's been a part of this. He and his network. Definitely want to shout you out, U-Turn, again, just
anytime,
for allowing us to come on.
Thank you.
This is huge.
Anytime.
This is huge.
Anytime.
And just the last two we want to make sure we shout out is Mr. Terry Martin and Miss Sherry Bryant down at the Springfield Civic Center. Otis had a chance to connect with both Mr. Terry Martin and Miss Sherry Bryant.
Good people.
I believe the idea, since we are working together on the business side as a U.S. national promotional company, we do have the opportunity to represent right now Team USA Kickboxing, and we're looking to represent other U.S. national combat sports as well, to make sure that we are maximizing our patriotic pride. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And introducing the communities we serve to new opportunities. And so for that reason, I believe with the few minutes left, we're possibly looking to throw a Team USA Kickboxing sanctioned event, kickboxing competition for local fighters at the Springfield Civic Center in May.
Donovan, I have to correct you. We're not looking to throw a fight. May 8th, we will be throwing a fight.
So shall it be.
May 8th, this is happening.
I love hearing that push me.
Okay, so when do you want to come back in and talk about this? I mean, so we can talk a little bit more about it.
I guess after the cleanup.
Okay.
Let's get something so we can talk about how beautiful the cleanup was. We can throw some of that good energy in the air and reminisce and probably have another date for the cleanup as well.
Okay.
And we can talk about the fight.
That sounds good. That sounds good. And I know now, Donovan will be coming in next month. He always comes in on the second Wednesday, but we can do that a different day if you want to. We can absolutely do that sooner, I think.
Yeah.
Because we want to really, give a shout out to how the cleanup went, and so maybe maybe the last week of March, let's get together again and let's sit down and talk about the cleanup and how it went, and talk a little bit more about how if somebody wants to be involved in this fight, so that gives you a month. Right. Because can you still take people signing up and that kind of thing?
Yes.
I think that's what we need to do. Let's do something. I'll get a date and I'll call you guys. And the last week in March, let's kind of revisit what we did with the cleanup. Let's talk about the fight coming up and talk about what the next date will be for our next cleanup.
I'm down.
Sound good?
I'm down.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. This is awesome. And I got to get your contact info because we got to hook up in Nashville.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
We need those shoe drive. I want to tell my son.
Tell him the shoe drive again.
The shoe drive Sunday, March 14th, 2 p.m. Gibbs City. I don't know the exact address. I'll get it to you so you can get it.
That would be great, and I will do that. Send me all the info. Yep.
We're looking for shoes. Okay. It's my son, Otis Carter the 5th, and 12 Eli. It's my son and nephew's idea. You're supporting two young kings.
Okay.
With an idea to try to help the community.
So if I can't be there Sunday, would there be a place maybe that I could hook up with you guys in the next couple of days and drop some off?
Yes, I will personally come pick them up.
I'll bring them to you. I think I can hook that. We'll figure it out.
We'll make it easy.
We'll figure it out.
I appreciate it.
I think we've got some areas we're cleaning up, and I don't have a ton, but I do have a few shoes.
No,
I would love, just a box of them that I can hand off to you guys, I think.
No,
so let me go through and see what I've got, and I want to get you guys started.
No, I appreciate that.
Sound good?
Yes,
They're little bitty shoes.
And he'll be at the cleanup too Saturday. I'm bringing my son with me, so he'll be here in Robertson County cleaning cleaning up and
Awesome.
doing his job, doing his work.
You said
And
he's 8?
He's 8.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He's been around. He does everything with me.
Very good. Well, if we can't connect, but then I'll figure out a way to get them to you Saturday.
No, let's do
I'll
it.
be around. We'll figure it out. God bless you. This has been fun. Danavan Hylton and Otis Carter, my new buddy up in Nashville. This is going to be fun. They've got the big cleanup. Tell them again how to participate. We're out of time, though, but tell them where you're going to be, what time, and what to do.
Bransford Community Center, 11 a.m. sharp. Please be there. We're going to wrap up at 1 o'clock, and we're going to go down John L. Patterson and sweep, clean up the areas of 15th Avenue through 21st.
Do they need to bring trash bags, or have y'all got those? If you've got them, bring them. I
would say, it won't hurt. We have plenty, but it won't hurt.
Yeah, bring them. Bring them.
Wear closed-toe shoes.
Yes.
Safety first. Mask, hand sanitizer will be provided.
And
so just come on out.
And if you've got those little grabber thingies that pick up stuff, bring those if you've got those. So join us. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being a part of our little thing we call One Street Over. Thank you guys for joining us, and have a wonderful day. This is 1100 WSGI.